Hey everyone, welcome to our Salesforce Business Analyst series. It's Max from Certify Advantage here. I have just spent 32 hours straight working through the Salesforce Business Analyst credential prep using the trail mixes on Trailhead so you don't have to. I have also completed all the practice tests and passed the exam. With that, I am going to summarize and teach you everything you need to know using some questions that I found on the exam so that you have a solid foundation to pass. Also, if you would like to check out the practice tests I use, check out our platform, Certify Advantage, for free practice tests. With this test, there are 6 key topics you need to master to ace the exam. In today's video, we're diving into requirements questions, which make up 18% of the Salesforce Business Analyst certification exam. This section will go through the differences between scope, requirements, and user stories. It will also teach you how to identify, validate, and prioritize requirements. Lastly, it will explain how to document requirements in a version-controlled repository to manage scope. Are you ready? Let's get started. Question 1. The Universal Containers Business Analyst is creating user stories for their Salesforce Field Service project. What should the BA evaluate to understand the risk level of the user stories? A. Scope, resource, and documentation impact. B. Team, budget, and timeline impact. C. Technical, operational, and regulatory impact. A is the correct answer because evaluating the scope, resource, and documentation impact of the user stories will give the business analyst a comprehensive understanding of the potential risks associated with each user story. This evaluation will help the analyst assess the feasibility of implementing the user stories within the project. Option B, team budget and timeline impact, focuses more on the resources and constraints of the project rather than the specific risks associated with the user stories themselves. Option C, technical, operational, and regulatory impact, while important factors to consider, do not directly address the risk level of the user stories. Question 2. A business analyst working at Northern Trail Outfitters has been tasked with improving the case management process. The BA has collected requirements and completed an initial version of user stories for the project. What should the BA use to assess the quality of a user story? A. Invest checklist. B. Numerical framework. C. Gap analysis document. A is the correct answer because the Invest checklist is specifically designed for assessing the quality of user stories. The Invest checklist is a set of criteria that helps ensure user stories are well-written, valuable, and actionable. It stands for Independent. User stories should be able to be implemented and tested independently of each other. Negotiable. User stories should be open to discussion and negotiation. Valuable. User stories should provide value to the user or customer. Estimable. User stories should be able to be estimated in terms of size and effort. Small. User stories should be small enough to be implemented within a single iteration. Testable. User stories should be able to be tested to ensure they have been implemented correctly. Options B and C are incorrect because they are not related to assessing the quality of user stories. Numerical frameworks and gap analysis documents are more commonly used in other areas of business analysis, such as financial analysis or strategic planning. They are not specifically designed for evaluating the quality of user stories in the case management process. Question 3. The BA at CloudKicks is creating user stories for an upcoming Commerce Cloud website update, including a request from the technical team to conduct stress testing for an upcoming promotion. The BA is converting this requirement into a user story. Which user story most accurately represents the goal? A. As a visitor to the CK website, I want to make sure that I can shop without disruption during a large promotion, so I have a frictionless shopping experience. B. As a site administrator of the CK website, I want to make sure that the web server can process requests at 150% of the average traffic rate during the latest promotion. C. As a user, I want to make sure that shoppers on the CK website can complete their purchases without disruption during the newest promotion. A is the correct answer because it identifies the end goal from the perspective of a visitor to the website, ensuring they can shop without any disruptions during a large promotion. This aligns with the technical team's request for stress testing to provide a frictionless shopping experience. Option B is incorrect as it focuses on the technical aspect of the requirement rather than the end user experience. Option C is focused on the user being able to complete their purchases without disruption, but does not specifically address the aspect of stress testing during a promotion. Question 4. The Salesforce project team at Universal Containers is currently going through a list of user stories that need to be included in the next sprint. They are uncertain about which stories should be prioritized and worked on first. What should the business analyst do to help with prioritization? A. Verify acceptance criteria. B. Identify dependent components. C. Delete the definition of done. B is the correct answer because identifying dependent components helps to prioritize user stories based on their impact and the order in which they need to be completed. This can also help determine any potential risks or blockers that may arise during the sprint. A is not the correct answer because verifying acceptance criteria is a necessary step, but does not directly help with prioritization. C is not the correct answer because deleting the definition of done would not provide any helpful information for prioritization and would likely cause confusion and chaos within the project team. Question 5. CloudKix has decided to establish a case management system using Service Cloud. A business analyst, BA, has been assigned the responsibility of drafting the requirements for this new functionality. Which process should the BA follow to draft and finalize the requirements? A. 1. Review information from the discovery. 2. Ask clarifying questions. 3. Draft requirements. 4. Share requirements with the technical team so they can begin building. 5. Create user acceptance criteria and test cases. B. 1. Review information from the discovery. 2. Draft requirements. 3. Ask clarifying questions. 4. Draft user stories. 5. Share user stories with the technical team so they can begin building. C. 1. Review information from the discovery. 2. Ask clarifying questions. 3. Draft requirements. 4. Refine and confirm requirements. 5. Prioritize which requirements will be included in the minimum viable product. Option C is the correct answer because it follows a structured process of reviewing information from the discovery, asking clarifying questions, drafting requirements, refining and confirming requirements, and prioritizing which requirements will be included in the minimum viable product. This process ensures that the requirements are well defined, and the most important ones are prioritized for the initial release. Option A is incorrect because it does not include refining and confirming requirements, which are important steps in ensuring that the requirements are complete and accurate. Also, creating user acceptance criteria and test cases should be done after the requirements have been finalized. Option B is incorrect because it jumps to drafting user stories before refining and confirming requirements. User stories should be based on well-defined requirements, so skipping this step could lead to incomplete or inaccurate user stories. Question 6. The technical team at CloudKix is trying to deliver one of its Salesforce customizations. The business analyst, BA, has been asked to put assignments, test plans, decisions, and milestones in writing and share this document with stakeholders so there is less potential for confusion. Which tactical document should the BA use to capture features? A. Business analysis plan. B. User acceptance test plan. C. Release plan. The correct answer is C. Release plan. Salesforce's documentation states that a release plan is an essential document that outlines the features, assignments, test plans, decisions, and milestones for a particular Salesforce customization. It is intended to be shared with stakeholders to provide clarity and transparency for the delivery process. Therefore, the release plan is the tactical document that the business analyst should use to capture features for CloudKix Salesforce customization, making option C the correct answer. Options A, business analysis plan, and B, user acceptance test plan, are not the correct answers because they do not capture the necessary information for capturing features in a Salesforce customization. A business analysis plan is focused on defining business requirements and understanding the current state and future state of the business. A user acceptance test plan is focused on testing the functionality and usability of a Salesforce customization before it is delivered to end users. Therefore, these options do not provide a comprehensive plan for capturing features. Question 7. A business analyst, BA, is in the process of documenting requirements. The BA wrote the following user story. As a sales team manager, I want the ability to access reports on Sales Cloud to evaluate if the team's daily activities are meeting the set goals. Which acceptance criteria is most appropriate for this user story? A, able to monitor the sales team's performance. B, able to click the run button on sales reports. C, able to view the sales team's reports. The correct answer is C, because it directly relates to the user story and addresses the user's need to access reports to evaluate their team's performance. Option A is too vague and does not specify how the user will monitor the sales team's performance. Option B is also too specific and only addresses clicking a button, which may not be the main concern for the user. Salesforce's documentation emphasizes the importance of acceptance criteria being specific and measurable, which C fulfills. Did you get them right? Great job tackling those questions. Those are just a subsection of the exam questions. You can find more similar exam questions in our free practice tests on CertifyAdvantage.com. If you found this video helpful and want more content like this, follow us and send us a message. We'd love to hear from you and help you on your certification journey. Reach out, follow us, and let's ace this exam together.